Man, it feels good. It feels like home, and it is home for me. I love these people here, the Boston people, and I know they love me. And the hard work I put in, and, try to bring this team, help bring this team to championship, and me and my teammates. So, it's been real fun. It's been real fun coming back. Oh, it felt great. It felt great. I wanted to represent my teammates and represent the Celtics organization well, and felt I did that, and just represent the victims from the marathon, and talking to them was a blessing. And their spirits is up, and everything's going good. So I was happy with that.
Part 2 of the Garden Report. Let's open it up, the Twitter bag. Look at all these tweets.
I'm
pulling out right here on the back of my box score. All right, so Big Carlton asked, please talk about the backcourt being undersized. Is it a call for concern?
Yes.
Good answer. Thank you. That's the end of the video.
Next question. No, okay. Yes, but they're not going to do anything about Rondo, obviously. I mean, he is the size that he is.
Rondo for Sean Livingston because he's taller?
But it does...
logic.
It does bring up the question about Bradley's future. I mean...
Yes.
We don't know what this guy's future is. We're not going to sit here and tell you that we know. Nobody knows. I do think that his stock has taken a hit this year.
Especially being out for the end of the season. I think that's the big one.
Do you think he's going to be back at all? Because I brought that up a couple of days ago. I don't know if they're even going to suit him back up for this year. But yes, he's small. He's injury prone just because of the way he plays, and that's never going to change.
It's not.
I just think that if you're going to have Rondo in there, you do need a bigger two guard. You need to shoot first two guard.
Well, yeah, so you need a shooting two guard because height would usually be an issue defensively. He's one of the best. Sure, I was about to say Klay Thompson is like the most ideal shooting guard for any team to get right now, obviously.
Right,
because he's one of the best in the league.
So go find that.
Yeah,
just go get a Klay Thompson. No big deal.
Right.
But the thing is, height usually is an issue for defense. But Avery Bradley is one of the best defenders at any position in the league. So I don't think the lack of height hurts them. And I don't think Avery's lack of height is what makes him not a very good shooter. It's just that he's not that good of a shooter. So, but they need perimeter shooting. If they get Andrew Wiggins, for instance, they'll have a really good perimeter shooter, and that'll help it.
It's going to hurt them against bigger guards, obviously, but that's depending on the opponent. And you didn't have Bradley tonight, so yeah, with Presti's a smaller, very small guard. I mean, smaller than.
Well, that's like
5'8".
He's like your size.
He was in there with Rondo, and they were too small. So I just think that when it's Presti in the game, yeah, they're a little small, but when it's Bradley and Rondo, they are still small, but it's not as bad. And like you said, Bradley is obviously a defensive guy. He's not really hurting you on that side, but he is hurting you offensively.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Bradley's size at all, really. I think that defensively, like you said, he's just such a good guy that he can just chase after anybody and stay with them. Offensively, he's gotten really good at cutting without the ball and getting open, creating space, so he doesn't need to have worries about getting a shot block or anything like that. He has ways to play like a bigger player than he is. But what do you guys think of bringing back Bradley and Jared Bayless? So you can kind of go offense, defense with the two guys and mix and match. I mean, I think they've both proven that they could be worthwhile players here. You could have a three-guard rotation of Rondo, Bradley, and Bayless for a couple of years to come. I mean, I think all three of them have played well.
I'm fine with it, but then you bring back Bradley, you bring back Bayless. People want to bring back Humphries. I mean, what are we trying to do here?
Oh, I don't want to bring back Humphries. That's where we differ.
A lot of people want to bring back Humphries.
I know they do, and that's where I draw the line.
I would take Humphries back over Bass if I could choose one or the other.
Oh, well, you could choose neither. You could choose to build around Sullinger and Olynyk and not have four power forwards, power forwards.
Well, I'm just saying I like Humphries.
Humphries and Brandon Bass are ideal backup big men on a championship contending team. Absolutely.
Right.
But they can't keep both of them. They only have so much money that they could tie up here. Jared Bayless, they could probably keep him for $2 million a year. They can do that. That's pretty. I would say that's pretty much worth it. But Avery Bradley at $8 million a year for
he's not going to get 8
for 3
He's
years.
going to probably get 6.
Yeah, so $6 million a year for 2 years.
Deal. He should take a short-term deal now and try to prove that he can stay healthy.
That's what makes sense. Yeah.
If he takes like a 2-year deal for whatever 12, 13 million.
I mean, if I'm him, I'm taking the 4-year deal because I'm not confident that I can prove myself to be.
But who's going to offer that? Like, name a team that's so desperate to have Avery Bradley that they're going to offer him 4 years and 28 or whatever. I
don't think he gets more than.
There's always someone out there.
Avery Bradley, I don't know.
Joe Johnson is a 6-year max contract. There's always someone out there.
Yeah, Joe Johnson's a million-time All-Star. That's different.
All right, let's move on to the second question.
Let's do it.
So Eric J. Saint asked us, or said, good chance Love and Hayward are Boston bound. Don't know about that. But would you trade high picks for them? Because Kevin Love has to be traded for at this point. And Gordon Hayward, a restricted free agent, they're going to match the offer sheet in all likelihood and arrange a sign and trade if you're going to acquire Gordon Hayward.
Right.
I mean, for Kevin Love, would I trade? Yeah, I would trade any of my picks for Kevin Love.
Really, any of your picks, including.
You can't re-sign him in a year. I mean,
take the risk.
Would you trade the Celtics pick in this current draft?
Yes.
Really, for
100%.
if it's a top 5
Would you
pick?
trade that and Jared Sullinger?
That's
where it gets tough, right?
Because I wouldn't.
I don't think I would do. I don't think the Celtics would do that pick and Sullinger. I do think that if you're getting Love, Sullinger might be in the deal, much like Al Jefferson was for Kevin Garnett. I mean, you're not going to get Kevin Love for 100 pennies. You know what I mean? You have to give up something in return.
Yeah. I mean, first-round draft picks are more like 85-cent coins than pennies at this point.
Would you do Sullinger and the
like
Nets
the Nets 16 pick,
yeah,
basically? Because that's the most likely scenario, and that's what I'm on board with.
Or would you do the number 4 pick and Olynyk? You know, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't think the Celtics pick, as long as it's a top 5 pick, I don't think it's really in play, even for Kevin Love right now.
I do.
They traded
unless
Kevin Ray Allen back in the day. I don't know.
Well, don't forget the value of a draft pick has drastically increased. Even if I disagree with that, I think it's a little inflated. But unless Kevin Love is signing,
Kevin Love is a top talent in the NBA.
Absolutely, but if you can't re-sign him after this year, and this year doesn't go very well, then what are you left with?
Yeah, Kevin Love has to agree to sign a contract extension if you're trading for him.
Yep.
In that case, I will give him what he wants.
Sure.
Or what Minnesota wants.
And I think that if they get Love, it's going to be like the same situation with. You get one guy, you're going to get extra couple other pieces coming in here. You got Rondo, you got Love. Depending on who you keep, do you still have Green? Maybe you're almost there. You need 1 or 2 extra guys, another guy coming off the bench. I think that they would be right back in the mix. I mean, Miami, Indiana, Chicago, Boston, I don't know.
I still think Omer Asik is out there.
Asik, absolutely. I think he comes back into play again, too.
Okay, we got 2 minutes left. Let's talk about another center. So Elger,
we can talk about
I think
Hayward,
I pronounced
but
that right.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, whatever. We'll talk about him later. So she asked, "Do you think Rondo had recruiting the soon-to-be free agent Gortat in mind the other night when Rondo let him stay in the huddle?" Probably not.
Not.
Marcin Gortat is a free agent, and he fits the Celtics' need for a rim-protecting center and a big 7-foot guy that just takes over the post.
Maybe Gortat wanted to just see what it felt like. Maybe just a little preview. I know
Gortat was just giving Rondo a taste of his own medicine with the huddle-seeking thing.
He did tweet. Gortat did tweet the next day that he fulfilled one of his lifelong dreams
of
hilarious. Playing on the Celtics, or being with the Celtics. So hopefully it wasn't like a full fulfillment, because
that's kind of a sad lifelong dream now.
Because that would be nice to have. I mean, Celtics, we talked about, they don't have a center. They're looking for a shot blocking. He's not the defensive anchor center that you think of when you think of centers. But
he's not a great option, but he's a good option.
Right, he's definitely a good option, and he can play. He can score. I mean, if you're going to lose Humphries, like we talked about, if you're going to lose Bass, maybe if you're going to lose these guys, you're going to need. He can hit the jump shot.
Get like a real center in exchange for those guys,
right?
Would you rather sign Marcin Gortat or make a huge trade to get Kevin Love?
Kevin Love.
I don't think it's an either or. I mean, yes, Love, but I don't think it's an either or. That's 1 power forward and 1 center. I mean, I don't know. It's 2 different needs.
Well, they're tying up different amounts of cap space.
You go for the best available player. Go for Kevin Love. Go for the home run.
If I could have any center out there, I want Joel Embiid. If I could have any second choice, I'd want Omer Asik. And any third choice, I'll take Gortat.
I'd love to have Andre Drummond and Akeem Olajuwon.
I'd love Shaq on a time machine. But if I can't have that.
Time machine would probably be.
Hey, Embiid's the most likely choice, I think, or most likely chance right now, right?
Yeah, I guess
based on the.
If he can walk, that's the big question.
His tryouts and workouts are going to be the biggest thing for him. It'll either shoot him up to 1 or it'll shoot him down to where the Celtics are.
Yeah. All right. Well, we don't really have time for boxing ball, so 2 stats. Rondo first triple-double since he got towards ACL, January 2013, and then Henry Sims 18 free throw attempts. Holy Jesus, that is.
Henry.
Henry. Baller.
I didn't want to say that.
Oh, just shout out a last name.
Rondo.
Shout out a last name. Baller of the night.
Sims.
Carter Williams. That's it. Garden Report, we're out of here. I won't be here for the Charlotte game, but then season finale.
You won't either?
No, Wizards, last game. We'll see you then. Garden Report, Celtics Blog, CLNS Radio. Out.